Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Total War Attila Western Roman Empire campaign. So after several battles over the last couple episodes, we're finally back to the campaign map where it looks like the Garamantians are finally making a move on Dimity here. So hopefully they'll take that and resolve this war quickly for us. There was some enemies fleeing in this direction, but I don't see them, so I don't know if it's worth marching this legion over there to try to track them down. They just kind of wandered out into the desert. And so I think I'd rather just push my army up to here and make sure that they can reinforce. Can you? Let's see. If I were to take you guys out of fortified stance, no, they won't reinforce. That's unfortunate. We'll put them back in fortified stance. And you can't get any closer, can you? No. Alright, well, at least this army will be able to participate. Let's get them leveled up, or him leveled up. What do I have here that would help? Recruitment costs, I don't really care about that. Melee attack for the commander's unit, not really all that important. I guess morale is good. Versus Romans, we're not fighting Romans. Let's see. Fatigue rate for ranged infantry? No. Anything that would give us lower mercenary costs? Doesn't look like it. Again, we're not fighting Romans. That's not going to help us because his commander unit is almost always going to be wiped out just from desert attrition, so I guess we'll take that. That's the only thing that's actually going to provide us a benefit. And yeah, again, we're not recruiting, we're hiring mercenaries here, so that's not going to benefit us either. Let's go here, and then +3 defense for the commanded force or for infantry. Let's take it for the whole force. And I could merge a couple units together and snag some more mercenaries. I do have the money. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to put you two together. And then we'll hire crap. It was the one unit there wasn't any left of. That's okay, we can get more later. These guys are tempting, but they're too expensive. I'd rather just have more of these. What we can do though is, let's see. We'll do the highest with the lowest, and then these two. And then we'll hire 2 more slingers. And then there was a spear unit, so maybe if we do these two together and hire that one. There we go. So that brings them up to a little bit better strength than they were at before. Unfortunately, we did lose a cavalry unit, but that's fine. What we'll try to do is replace it with maybe some artillery or something. Just some that don't cost us 1,000 gold per turn. Alright, I've already spent money on upgrades, so we don't need to concern ourselves with that. Let's head up here. And everything looks pretty quiet along the border. The Huns are nowhere to be found at the moment, so that's good. We did get this legion back into Colonia Agrippina. We're going to let them recover a bit, and then we may make another offensive. It looks like, oh good, the Alamans are making a move on these guys. Hopefully they take that without any help from us, and then I don't need to worry about it any longer. And then it'll just be a matter of trying to get the Franks to take Tulliferdum, which they had a great chance to, and they completely blew it. So I don't know how well that's going to go over. I could go out there and sack it and leave it, kind of devastated to the point where they should be able to just waltz right in. So that's an option. We could try something like that. And then up here in the north, we had been attacked by the Picts. They are very devastated. So what we're going to do is we're going to go after them. And they're going to flee, but that's fine. We just want to push them back toward Tusis. Where did you come from? Is that a new army they're trying to build up, or what's happening there? Let's try to catch them both in one fight. And we're just going to auto-resolve that. And just completely slaughter them, hopefully. He should go as well. Oh, he didn't. Great. We'll take the replenishment. Alright, so he went down, that one went down too, perfect. Okay, so that's one army dealt with. And these guys still have quite a bit of movement left. Let's get a an upgrade here. That's not really gonna help you. I mean, those are faction-wide bonuses, so they don't hurt, but let's take the defense there. Melee attack for cavalry and melee defense for cavalry. We are deploying our usual number of cavalry. So yeah, let's do that. Because that seems to be our one advantage against these Celtic factions is cavalry units. Although we're not using very good cavalry. Let's see. Yeah, nothing here that we would want. So let's push in this direction. We can't fortify ourselves, so we may as well just move forward. And if we're fast, we can take Thusis before winter sets in. Or, excuse me, not take it. We can subjugate the Picts before winter sets in. There's the other army. Not too concerned with them right now. So, with that being taken care of, I believe we are about ready to end our turn. Let's jump into here, make sure we're not forgetting anything. Oh, there's a lot of appointments to be made. Let's see. We'll have you become a master of soldiers, I guess. You're not ready for promotion, nor are you. Okay, let's see. No, you're injured. Somebody tried to assassinate you. Did I put the wrong guy in that spot, or is everybody just out of influence? It looks like everybody's out of influence, which is a good thing, because some of these guys are getting a little bit low in terms of loyalty. Not all of them, mind you, just more than I would normally like to be that far down. We'll go ahead and appoint you. Let's see, how are we doing on influence? 40 is not great, but now that he's a governor, it seems like he's accruing it faster, which is what we had hoped for. We're going to spend some of yours to get you into a position there as well. She's gaining influence pretty quickly, so that's good. Let's see. You could use a little bit more. As a general, you're rarely going to see any. She's got 64 influence, so who is the least loyal person up at the top here? We'll just go in terms of number of stars. So whoever's got low loyalty up here. I guess we'll go with you. You're wounded, so I don't care about you as much right now. Let's secure his loyalty. And she has enough where I think even if she fails, she'll be able to follow up on it and be fine. Okay, so I think we're done there. And is there anything we want to do in diplomacy? I don't think there's really anything we need to do. Everything seems to be going the way we want it to. The Alamans are going to conquer this. The Garamantians are going to conquer this. And that's exactly what we wanted. So let's go ahead and end the turn and see what happens. Hopefully both of those play out exactly as they look like they will. And then we'll continue our campaign up in Scotland. Oh, we have a level up. A priest. Let's just open up some new skill things for you.
Spirits tell us that
so the Picts want a peace treaty. No, we're not willing to accept that. However, I will accept a peace treaty on the grounds that they become a puppet state. And they are not willing to accept that. So we have no reason to discuss this further. Okay, so the Garamantians are attacking the Gaetulians. And this is, again, what we wanted. We're, of course, going to help them with this. That was the whole point of setting up our legion here. I'm not going to take part in it. We're just going to auto-resolve it. And we'll do a balanced stance. Should be an easy victory. And the Garamantians should now be in charge of everything in the Sahara. Which is what we want, because they're our puppets. And so now we get to trade those gemstones with them. Okay, so apparently the Huns are up to their old tricks. Oh, successful twice. 3 times. Yikes. We are under siege in 2 places. I'll get to that in a second. Critical failure, good. So that person was knocked out. And let's see, we have some terms of office ending. We've also got 3 successful appointments and secured loyalty. Cool. Fantastic. So let's see here. I'll take care of all the building stuff in a second as well. But the Huns are back, and as usual, Sirmium is under siege. We could march an army down here to counterattack them, and that should be enough to repel them. At least I would think so. And then, let's see. So the Alamans failed me. They marched halfway there and then cut south. No idea why they decided to do that. I'm very annoyed with them, because all they literally had to do was walk over here and take this. So, yeah, I'm going to have to probably assign that as a war target. I think what they're doing is they were marching down here. But obviously this is no longer an issue. That faction is still alive, just this army though. And that was the one I was talking about earlier that we recently defeated. So this legion is going to go destroy them, of course. Let's go do that now to break the siege. And then Caesar is gonna need some repairs, I wager. And let's see, this may be the end of them. We'll see if we get a faction destroyed. Not yet. I'm gonna force march you guys into town just so that you can rest up a little bit more quickly. There is troops here if we want to replenish certain things. I don't know that we need to. Ooh, light Moorish cavalry. But they don't actually have any. Right, well, you guys just hang out there. We can start levying troops from them again over here, but as we learned last time, the mercenaries, despite being more expensive, considerably more expensive, are significantly better because we, or I should say they, don't get the desert attrition bonuses that we're taking their troops for. Otherwise, you know, we would just take Romans. They get access to that through their force detail or their military traditions or whatever. So that's how they give their troops immunity to desert attrition, whereas the mercenaries just come with it. And so we don't have a tradition that can do that, so we have to do it through mercenaries. That being said, let's get you guys out of a fortified stance, and we'll march you... You know what? You can't move any further. Right, let's get you across the border at the very least, and we can do a little bit of recruiting. I want... definitely want another one of you guys. You know what? Let's just merge these two together. We'll take this new one. Faction destroyed. Perfect. So it just needed to be refreshed. And then I guess I could merge a few of you together as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys merge then. I'll take another one of them. And then we'll do the same thing here. And take those guys. And that still leaves me one short. Again, that artillery is way too expensive. So I guess I'll just take a 5th cavalry unit. And that unit's back up to full strength. And let's see. I'm not going to have you fortify or anything. Just march south, I guess. Actually, maybe march east, because we are going to take this eventually. So there's no reason not to start getting you over in that general direction. Cool. And because we're out of the desert, they'll start replenishing again. Alright, so that's handled. Let's go back up north, where the Picts should be on the verge of death. What does this garrison look like? That's pretty pathetic. They do have a little bit of artillery, though. And then they have this army. I don't think they really stand any sort of chance against us. I could disband this unit and take something that's closer to full strength, like these guys. I don't know if that's worth it though. I'm not gonna bother. let's just hit them with what we've got. It should be enough. It looks like we are going to need to dig in here a little bit, but that'll prevent them from recruiting any further. So let's see. We'll take a battering ram, and we have 7. We have 7 labor force, so I can only do 1 no matter which one I do. In that case, let's do... Or I guess I could do 2 battering rams. That seems stupid, though. Let's take a medium siege tower, and then on the next turn, we'll do a ram and some ladders. Actually, let's do it that way. And we'll see if these are enough on the next turn to give us a significant boost, or if we have to wait an additional turn to get the medium towers as well. Now, keep in mind, we don't want to be besieging them through the winter if we can help it, because we are going to take some attrition from that. So, if we can end this without having to wait, I would prefer that. In fact, I will offer them terms as we're besieging them and see if they're maybe a little bit more willing to accept than they would have been before. Let's see here. I don't know what I want to build there. I completely redid Londinium. So we've got a capital now. Let's throw down a forum. We'll get a Latin chapel. And this will get upgraded. I don't know if I'll bother, actually. Federati spears are not really anything I care about. Let's start getting you over here where I'm going to need you. And I'm reluctant to shift armies because every time I do, whatever I leave alone ends up getting destroyed. But I may need to, you know, back up these, or this army over here. I don't know. I'm gonna cut here and spend some of our money on upgrades, and I'll come back, and hopefully by then I've figured out what I want to do. Okay, so I've spent most of our money. I'm going to take this legion under Lucius Triarius, and we're going to march him... man. We can't quite get there to attack. That is really unfortunate. And we're so close, too. Well, that presents a problem, then. Because I guess I could put you here, and you would at least reinforce. And I can fortify you there, so let's do that. And that way, if they decide to assault this place, then I will have him helping, and I don't think they can squeeze past him. In fact, I should have been more careful with his placement. Let's see if I can scoot over and not lose our fortify stance, because if I can get a little bit closer to this, I can keep them from moving around us and getting to Sopene. They'd have to go around or something. Okay, is that enough? That looks to be enough. So I don't think they can squeeze past me now. So we've prevented their movement to the northwest, and we are fortified, so we're sort of protected if they decide to attack, and we're reinforcing this in case they assault that. You are going to stay right there for now. I almost wonder if it would be worth pushing up and taking this. Maybe not. Because we would need somebody to defend here, and we would still need somebody to defend up there, so I don't know that that's any less than defending these two. I'm trying to create more choke, or trying to fortify fewer choke points than having to deal with, you know, more places to defend. So that's a good one because there's a river there. So all it would take is a legion right here in a fortified stance to prevent them from getting through. The problem is up here, I think we're still susceptible to attack from several directions. Yeah, they could come in this way, they could come in from the north. And so that's not really any better than this. So we may as well just stay here. And then, at least if we're further back, it's harder for them to get behind us. Over here, it's not a terrible spot. We don't want to push too far up. I don't want to take this. I do want my allies to take it because, again, if they held that, then I don't even need to worry about really defending this so much anymore. I could, in that case, I could push that legion up, take this, and then I wouldn't have to necessarily defend this so much, but I guess we'll see. That does remind me, though. We should make sure we war target that area. Oh, it won't let me drag when I have that cursor. Alright, so we'll war target this. Hopefully they are smart enough to go do it. I really do hope their intent was to march down there and help with the other war target, and they were just a bit late. So hopefully they'll listen to this and go grab that. It'll make them stronger. I don't know why they wouldn't want to do it. And we can eventually get them to take this as well. And they'll just keep expanding their territory and strength. And I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. I don't need any more land. The only other thing I want to take is Constantinople, because we already have most of Thracia. Why not have all of it? And then if we could eventually get all this as well, I just don't see that happening though, because these guys are actually like really good friends and allies. So unless they decided to join our empire or something, I'm not about to attack them. And then we're probably going to end up having a lot of Africa as well, just because the Eastern Empire is falling apart, and you can see they've lost all of Egypt already. So Libya might go as well, in which case I'll probably push east into Libya. I'm still waiting for the Garamantians to go claim that. Hopefully they do. And then I, having already holding 2/3 of this province, I may as well take this. And they don't like me anyway, so I don't mind doing that. While we're here, let's offer the Picts a peace treaty on the terms that they become a puppet state of ours. They're not willing to accept those terms. What if I were to throw some money at you? Still not going to happen. What if I threw all my money at you? Still no. Alright, then we're going to have to do this the hard way, which means a lot of them die. A lot of us will die too, but definitely more of them. Let's see. I don't know that there's really anything else I need to do. Are you guys at war with... No. Could I pay you to go to war with the Huns? That would be pretty handy. Let's see. Would you... Oh, they like the Huns. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, that's not an option. Let's see. Anybody else? Not really. No, not a whole lot going on here. How's our relation with the Garamantians? I'm going to keep an eye on that. It's still friendly. That's good. I might give them a gift just to keep things headed in the right direction. 2,000, yeah, why not? And that's gonna, yeah, continue to increase things. Good, good, good. And I think that's about all we need to worry about right now. So, again, we can't attack there. Or, excuse me, not there. We can't attack down here. We just weren't close enough, but at least we're reinforced there now in case anything happens. Waiting on this situation. I was hoping that they would surrender. They're not willing to, so my hope is that next turn after we have that stuff built, we'll have a little bit more favorable odds going into an assault, and then we'll just, you know, knock down the walls and subjugate them the old-fashioned way. And I think that's mostly it. Let's jump into our faction tab really quickly and see if there's anybody else ready for a promotion. It looks like Vindonius Magnus needs to be reappointed as Supreme Commander. And nobody else is ready to move up. I was really hoping that you'd be ready. You've kind of held that Master of Foot position for a while, and it's kind of bogging everybody else down. Let's see. I could give you the boot. That is an option. And he's a general, so you know what? I'll do that. We might lose a little bit of loyalty here, but I'm okay with that. So you're going to slide in there. And that'll take up some of your influence so that you can't use it against me. What's that ring? Oh, really bad loyalty. Yeah. Well, what can I do about that? He's a good general. I don't want to, like, have to get rid of him or anything. Can you salvage that situation? Otherwise, we're going to have to assassinate him. And that'd be a real shame. Especially since he's one of our subscriber named generals. I'd rather not have to do that, but I might have to. I might not have a choice. I don't think any of these guys is going to be capable of moving up there, so we'll just leave that as is. And let me check the time. we have a little bit of time left. I'm going to go ahead and end this turn. We'll come back at the beginning of the next one. Kind of review what happened, and I think we'll end it there. Oh, it wants me to assign somebody. I don't want to pay that much, though. No, I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so the Huns have decided to attack my army out in the open, as I kind of feared they would. Now, we are reinforcing with a lot of men here. We have nearly 3,000 coming to our aid. The entire legion that's garrisoned inside Sirmium, as well as Sirmium's normal garrison. And then, of course, the legion under Lucius Triarius as well. So, it's not giving me great odds for this battle as an auto-resolve, which means I'm going to have to fight it. And I don't think we'll have too much trouble. They are deploying a hell of a lot of cavalry, though, as, you know, the Huns did. So I'm not looking forward to that. Wow, this one is almost entirely cavalry. But we outnumbered them by almost 2,000. So I think this is a winnable battle if I fight it myself. It's going to be a really ugly one. It's not going to be fun at all, but it's one that we're going to have to definitely do. So we'll pick up with this in the beginning of next episode. It may take the entire episode, but, you know, it needs to be done. So anyways, we'll leave it here for today. I was hoping to review more of, you know, our plans and how they were playing out, but it looks like this is what we're doing. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode and this battle.